What's up, Joe 200? How are you? So it's Monday, the 28th. Um, it's Yom Kippur, which is an awesome thing, and we recognize every culture and embrace every culture in this class, in this household, okay? And you should. I have friends that are just the spectrum of humanity, and it makes my life so much more richer. It's awesome. Um, it's all about fasting and thinking about your life. And while we don't do this kind of fasting, Julie and I have begun a program we call intermittent fasting. We started about 3 months ago to improve our health. We stop eating every night at about 8 p.m. and then we have coffee in the morning. That's it. Go for a walk, go for a surf, and then meals start at noon. So we have 8 hours of meals, okay, which is awesome, okay. 16 hours of nothing, embraced by sleep. So yes, and it's a great thing. Nothing like what this is all about, but I'm trying to relate here. Okay, so what time is it? Don't forget, okay, guys, to keep your eyes on the prize, okay. So we have, as you see right here, the next written assignment. Um, we have the midterm coming up, okay, and the best thing to do with this midterm that's coming up, okay. You see the exams open from Sunday, October 4th through Sunday, October 11th, okay. Once you open it, you got to go after it, okay. So it's flexibility to start time, but once you start it, you got to finish it, okay. If you have DSP accommodations, you have to let us know, okay, so that we can extend the time that you need to be successful. All right. You can review all of your old quizzes. That's the best way to get ready for this, and just be aware of where everything is in the assignments. Okay. So just kind of refresh yourself just by going click, 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 looking at each topic so you know where to go. Okay. It's multiple choice. You guys are doing fine. Okay. And there's a lot of assignments in this class. So even if you're not perfect on this, the other assignments give you more than ample opportunity to make it up and still kick ass. Okay. Alrighty. The other thing you got to look out for is critical thing assignment 2, and that's coming up due on October 12th. Same drill. Okay, a little interactive assignment. I'll give you a more complete overview of how to do it next week. Okay, but basically you scroll on down here, and there it is. Critical thing assignment 2. This is what we're looking at here. This is a real look into socioeconomic status and the cost of maintaining your health and how it impacts you. What percentage of your life, your income, is being devoted to your out-of-pocket spending on services, okay? Stuff that Medicare doesn't cover, okay? And what percentage of your life expenses is the Medicare premium, okay? So that's the first question is right in here, okay? You see that, man? Boom! Huge percentage for people. It's just um, it's just a premium that you have to pay. I mean, this is again haves versus have-nots, okay? And then we break it down in terms of the services here. What we want you then to do is go into the interactive components. You choose two groups, all right? All right. Choose the same two groups as you look at this figure right here, okay? And then this shows you step by step how to choose groups and how to look at it. So you describe it, the outcome, and then you describe why, because that's you guys are researchers, okay? Same drill down here on this part right here, okay? So select a group and look at here. This is the median out-of-pocket spending as a share of your income for traditional Medicare beneficiaries, okay? All right, so and again, it's a real cool interactive assignment. So you get in here and you just go bang, okay? And you go into this website, okay? That is from Kaiser Family Services, okay? So we're looking right here. Kaiser Family Foundation, excuse me. And then these are the interactive websites. So this is the one that we showed you where the answer is right there. And then you scroll down here and you choose a group, right? So average out-of-pocket healthcare spending by traditional Medicare beneficiaries by type of service, okay? Let's choose a group, okay? What kind of group am I going to be looking at? By hospital use, okay? All right, and then we boop, 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 okay? So All right, so anyways, and then you come down here, and here's another thing that we look at. Again, you choose a group, okay? All right, by gender, whatever it is you're going to do, okay? Awesome. So that's how that works. All right, don't forget about this. So what do we got to do here? We got to we're going to making the bridge now out of biology. I'm sure you guys are glad that we're doing this, but realistically, you know, knowledge is power, and becoming knowledgeable about the diseases that are most likely to affect every member in your family, most likely to affect you, these chronic diseases of aging, okay? They're the big expensive ones, you know. So it's important for you in terms of voting, in terms of what Congress and the Senate do, but it's also in terms of important for you in terms of your caregiving, and lastly, your personal finances when you get older. Okay. All right. Let's go right into it. We'll go click right here, and we're going into. So we're making this bridge now into biology / psychology, and then we get into the nuts and bolts here of the following week of caregiving, which is a big deal. You see, we're going to launch out. We're going to get into socioeconomics, economics, business, retirement planning. This is for all my friends that envision themselves to be financial planners or money managers. This is a super segment right here. And then for my friends that might be lawyers. And again, all things that you need to be doing for yourself. Okay. All right. So let's make that bridge. Boom. We're going to go right into. Again, my lecture is going to go right here, okay? These are the reading assignments. The first thing we want you to do is we want you to read this small segment right here. It talks about mental health and behavioral concerns, right? So you click on this puppy right here, and it is a PDF file that it's going to take a little while to come up, okay? And as it's making its mind up about what it's doing, okay? This is also the website right here that allows it to work, okay? All right, so you can use either the PDF file or the website, the same thing, all right? It's very, very relevant as we're going to get down here in discussion about some of the mental health consequences right here in these three figures. So I'm going to go back up what I just opened right here. All right, so this is the PDF file, just in case the URL does not work, okay? And we're looking at mental health concerns, okay? And we see that, you know, a significant percentage, you know, 1 out of every 5 person as they're over 55 has some type of mental health problems, okay? And you see that when you go into the haves and have-nots, let's say you don't have the family collective, the multi-generational family to assist you, and you are find yourself in a nursing home, okay, then it skyrockets to 2/3, okay, all right? But the problem is it's the scarlet letter. Nobody wants to admit it, so we have a very low level of um, people going to seek assistance. Right now, I'm going into the website because I like it better. This is just a print to PDF, and so it's not as dramatic as this. Okay, so these are big concerns. Okay, and we look at all this. Okay, it's people underutilize mental health services. It goes back to what I said. People feel as though it shows kind of a frailty of character. Okay, that if you have mental health problems, okay, that somehow you're just inadequate. Okay, and then we couple that with really poor funding for mental health services by most of society, okay? And so, you know, there's things like, you know, dealing with insurance company and getting, having problems, okay? There's also you denying that you have the problems, okay? And not enough physicians go into psychiatric care. It's a big deal, okay? Alrighty. So there is a mind-body connection to all of this. So mental health causes fear, distress, anger, and this influences your health. Okay, there's a whole field of medical science called psychoneuroimmunology. Okay, and under high stress of mental health problems, like being clinically depressed, which, you know, again is very prevalent in our world. It causes immune suppression. And so people that have mental health problems find themselves oftentimes getting sick more often from colds and flus, and staying sick longer. Okay. Um, Mental health problems causes cardiac issues, vascular problems, on and on and on and on. Okay. All right. So then we look at, again, as a function of aging, we see that that while the likelihood to have mental health problems peaks at your age, from puberty up to about 30 years of age, the consequences of having mental health issues are much more severe when you get older. So the likelihood of people committing suicide is dramatically increased as a function of age. And this is what this goes through right here. All right. The other big mental health issue, of course, is Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Okay, and especially when we look at our basically the other epidemic. Okay, so we look at this epidemic of the coronavirus. Okay, we have the never-ending epidemic of diabetes in our country, and 80% of diabetics have Alzheimer's disease. Okay, and so these are just some just kind of wake-up call descriptions of Alzheimer's, and then later on I'll show you some of the biology that you should understand. Okay, um, when we look at depression and suicide, okay, even in Alzheimer's disease, oftentimes people begin to self-medicate. And so substance abuse is a significant problem, again, in older people, and especially if you have some type of chronic illness, okay? All these things kind of come together. We need more people that specialize in the psychological aspects of getting older. It's you know, it's not easy. You hear that all the time, and it isn't. You know, I was an athlete. I still am an athlete. For those of you that don't know, we got a major south swell coming in tomorrow. So for you may not, that's surf talk. A few surfers in the class are going to be missing work and probably missing class, okay, because it's the waves are going to be good. I still do it, okay, but I have a lot of pain, okay, because I have lots of arthritis in all my joints, especially I had shoulder surgery last year. This one needs surgery, okay? And it gets in my head. It's depressing that I can't be the athlete that I used to be, all right? You can't be the person oftentimes that you used to be. And so it's really important to think about. Awesome, cool. Next. Okay, so the next thing we want you to do is we want to get you and learn about Alzheimer's disease, okay? All right, so the way you do that is you come in here, okay? You go to the website right here. Okay, this first website, you get more information by going to this fact sheet down here. All right, boom, go in here. And again, we just want you to show some curiosity and get in there and learn about the basics of almost Alzheimer's disease, okay? So you scroll down here and you can learn about what's going on, okay? All right, here's the Alzheimer's disease fact sheet, okay? So you click on that, okay? And it tells you, this is the most important part, you know, signs and symptoms, stages, what causes, okay? All this is just a real quick overview. We post this link, watch this video, okay? All right, so we can see down here, we come down here, and again, here's a video right here on why Alzheimer's disease is what it is. And then this is kind of the shock and awe of Alzheimer's disease right here, okay? So watch this video right here, and it describes some of the facts about Alzheimer's disease. The facts are the number of cases are chronic. And we're going to get into the financial consequences of this in the discussion. It's a huge deal. Okay, this gets back to depression. So you see the age at onset, it peaks in your age group, okay? You're having lots of changes in your brain right now, developmentally, and yes, you guys are still developing. And this is, you know, associated with major bouts of clinical depression. So it's higher in women, okay, about 3 times higher in women than it is in men. And you see that the likelihood of major depression goes down as you get older. However, when we look at these age groups, and it's important to understand, these are just percentages. We're still talking about hundreds and hundreds of thousands, even millions of people. We see the suicide rate, okay, going up. This is in males by by age, goes up and up and up and up as you get older. You know, part of it is isolation and loneliness. You know, your spouse dies, your friends die, Okay, you're no longer working. These all these things weigh on you. They are triggering events. Okay, and you stop really finding the value in life. Okay, that's why it's important to have a support group. Important to surround yourself with the right kind of people to stay vital. Okay. Again, the reason that they plotted men here as a function of age, we scroll down here, we see that men are the ones that commit suicide. And women are more likely, like I said, to have clinical depression, but they're also more likely to seek help and to make things right. Whereas men don't. They don't seek help, and men have testosterone, which gives you a little extra giddy up to follow through with suicide. Okay. Yeah, men often do it violently as well. And you can see the comparison across ethnicities for suicide. Okay, this is a big, big, big issue. Okay, and that's what this is all about. The number of people that are suffering from dementia. So we went from mental health here to dementia. This is all about what's going on up here with aging. Okay, we see that 1 in 10 over the age of 65 has Alzheimer's disease. Okay, and you see most people with Alzheimer's are women. Women live longer than men. Age is the biggest risk factor. Okay, this likely goes up to 1 in 3 after the age of 85. Right, it is what it is, and you'll learn about the biology when you look into it up there. Right, so we're looking at estimates, of the number of people, and it's growing super fast. Okay, we see here the number of Americans, number of new cases. Okay, by 2050, over 60 will grow to something like 13.8 million people. Okay, all right. Women get it more than men. Okay, by age group, and women outlast men. All right. The cost to the nation. You look at these numbers, guys. 2020, 305 billion. By 2050, 1.1 trillion. Okay, and what do these costs come from? Okay, it's outlined here, and then we show it in terms of figure form down here. Okay, it's not only the cost of the care, but it's the cost of the people that are out there helping, the poor individuals suffering from mental health and from Alzheimer's. Okay, so 15% of people are Alzheimer's or dementia caregivers. All right, that's just the reality. All right, and we look in here and we see how it interferes with your work. I remember this, man, where I was driving all over the place from my family to work to help with my older parents. It's taxing, and you can only do so much. Okay, people stop working completely because the caregiving is so significant. Okay, luckily I didn't get to that point. Okay, some people, 42% are the sole caregivers. There's nobody else but you. Siblings aren't helping, friends aren't helping. So you can go through all these. You see, women are more likely, and it's always the first daughter is most likely. Okay, and we see that the impact, and this is why it's so expensive. Okay, alrighty. So we then scroll down here, okay, and we look at the effect that Alzheimer's has on caregivers, and then this is just it makes my heart melt every time I watch this about using music therapy in the treatment of Alzheimer's disease. It's amazing. So definitely watch these videos. And then in the end, when you guys consider this cost, and that's what this is a discussion on the socio-economic costs, the societal costs, the individual costs. We want you guys to come up with a plan, okay, policy, vote the right people in or get in there and you get voted in and change the way things go. All right, awesome, guys. So we appreciate what you guys are up to. We appreciate that this is midterm time. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any problems. And I want you to become that go-to person for your family when it comes to mental health issues.